Gloucestershire's batsmen, led by Kane Williamson with 100, fought back really well on the third day of their LV County Championship match in Derby. Asked to follow on, Gloucestershire batted themselves right back into contention. The start of the day was all about Derbyshire claiming the last of Gloucestershire's first innings wickets, although Ian Saxby and Paul Mutchell did keep the bowlers at bay for much longer than Derbyshire would have hoped. Indeed, they stuck around for 3/4 of an hour in taking the total from 172 for 9 overnight to 206. Then Mutchell edged to Wes Durston, who was wearing the county cap he was awarded with in the morning. Unsurprisingly, with a deficit of 182, Gloucestershire were asked to follow on, and an early finish looked possible when, in the second over, Chris Dent left a ball from Tim Grunewald, which clipped his off stump. Tony Palladino, fresh from his 5-wicket haul in Gloucestershire's first innings, was another to be handed his county cap, and he nearly celebrated that with a wicket of Williamson. While at the other end, Grunewald thought he'd trap Benny Howell in front. Howell survived that and then started to settle in. It had momentarily looked as if this game was there for the taking as far as Derbyshire were concerned, but now this young pair of Howell and Williamson were to have other ideas. Howell, who was released by Hampshire at the end of last season in spite of scoring 71 against champions Lancashire in his only championship appearance, was showing a neat touch here as he and his partner saw their side through to lunch and well beyond. Gloucestershire were delighted to be able to re-sign Williamson following a successful spell with the county last year. With John Bracewell at the helm, Gloucestershire naturally have a good relationship with those in charge of New Zealand cricket, and the county is certainly helping Williamson's development. Howell too has a foreign background, having been born in Bordeaux. Not too many Frenchmen, I suspect, could play a sweet shot like this. It went for 6. In just his second game for Gloucestershire, Howell went to a fine 50 made from 72 deliveries. He'd struck 6 fours and that 6 in what was an encouraging innings from him. Derbyshire captain Wayne Madsen may just have started to think about the wisdom of enforcing that follow-on, as this pair took their partnership for the second wicket to 100. If any man appeared to be ready for the breakthrough, then that was John Clare, another newly capped player along with Martin Guptill. Twice in successive balls he beat the bat of Williamson. And then he produced a ball out of the back of his hand and an exuberant celebration as he forced Howell to drag on to depart for 64. That brought to an end a partnership of 117, and Clare was then close to seeing the back of Hamish Marshall, this edge falling just short of the slips. Marshall responded by driving Clare's next ball to the fence. Williamson, in his first county game of the summer, went to his 50 before tea. He'd been going for 136 deliveries, 6 of which had brought in boundaries. The weather started to close in after the interval, but nothing was upsetting Williamson's equilibrium. He does play with a lovely deft touch and times the ball superbly. He's already made a name for himself on the international stage, in spite of being only 21, and you can see why. After a brief break for rain, Williamson eased through the numbers with yet more classy cover drives. With him going so well, Gloucestershire were now back in the lead with only 2 wickets down, and Williamson was closing in on his splendid 100. Another break didn't hamper the Kiwi, who reached the 9th ton of his first-class career in another short session. It was a wonderful return to the county for Williamson, who got to 3 figures off 209 balls, his second 50 coming off only 73. In all, he'd struck 12 fours. And he hit the next ball for his 13th boundary to confirm the shift in the balance of power in this match. If time hadn't been lost to the weather, Gloucestershire may have even fancied winning this game from here. With Williamson on 106 and Marshall on 32, Gloucestershire will resume on the final day on 219 for 2, and that now gives them an overall lead of 37.